Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Bob Kamicar. I'm with Mirsu Futures. Before we get started today, I just wanted to share with you or introduce you to the room a little bit if you're unfamiliar with it or if you're new to one of our webinars. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a Q&A window, which you can use to submit questions to me. You can also just use that, hey Bob, can you review that again? I didn't catch it all when you were going through it the first time. And then respond to any questions that I might have for you guys. And so my first question is, who here is using Zen-Fire? And please indicate if you're using a demo account or if you have a live account with Mirsu. Also, if you're not using Zen-Fire, just go ahead and say, I'm not using Zen-Fire. While you guys are submitting that information, I just wanted to explain a little bit about the webinar today. This afternoon we'll be discussing the ScalpTool platform and its use with the Zen-Fire trading engine. The webinar is set to last for about an hour. We'll spend the first 50 to 55 minutes on the ScalpTool platform. And then I will take you over to the Mirsu Futures website, show you some additional resources that we have for traders. Great. We actually have a lot of live customers here and a few that are on the demo, so that's good to hear. I'll show you later, if you're a little bit shy in answering, on where you can register for your Zen-Fire demo with ScalpTool on our website, and that'll be coming up towards the end of the webinar. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started with the content. I am going to make my friend Marcello here a presenter. ScalpTool is a relatively newer platform for Mirsu. It's actually been around for several years. It was developed in Italy by one of their top traders, Roberto Vernaleone. And Roberto trades in equities markets, futures, Italian bond markets, has written several books, and designed ScalpTool for efficient trading and especially for fast trading. Great. Bob's in the room. He's been a Zen-Fire user for 5 years, so he wants to get introduced to the ScalpTool platform. Good to see you here, Bob. Marcello is a client of Mirsu, a good friend of Mirsu. He also works with the euSpeed team who developed the ScalpTool platform. So I might ask him to speak on a couple of topics here throughout the webinar. One thing that I can say about ScalpTool, and you can see it working here on my screen, is that they've developed to the Zen-Fire trading engine extremely well. The developers use the API to make sure that ScalpTool produce the data extremely quickly, meaning that you have a really good understanding of where the market's actually trading at any given moment in time. And this is good for several reasons. At Mirsu, it's our goal to provide you guys with the tools necessary for trading. If you don't know where the live market is, you don't really have a good understanding of where you can get in or out of a trade at any given moment of time. In addition, it's also going to be used to indicate market activity and volatility and volume, so that you can use those and help define your trading decisions. What I'd first like to do is show you how you can access the ScalpTool platform and connect. So after you've downloaded ScalpTool, the first time that you open it and every subsequent time that you open it, you're going to have a window like this. It's the login window to connect to. And today I'm connecting to the paper trading environment. And that's the same live data that you'd get in a live account with us, which the connection would be Zen-Fire. So if you press connect, it's going to bring you to a screen that asks you if you want to be in live or simulation mode. Now, if you're using a paper trading account, you can use what Zen-Fire put together with Rhythmic for the server-side simulator. And that's what I've connected to here. And let me see if I can... I'll try to connect live. You should get the same screen. It's going to ask you when you're connecting to paper trading and to live trading whether or not you want to be in live or simulated environment. And if you press live while connecting to the paper environment, you're going to be using the server-side simulator that is produced by Rhythmic and Zen-Fire. Unfortunately, I'm already connected. I'm going to exit out of this one so that I can show this to you. If you do this on your live account, if you connect to your live account, you can connect to the simulation mode, which will produce the local sim connection. So you can see this is the screen that comes up. This again is the paper connection, so I'm actually going to connect live. All the trades that I'm doing this afternoon are going to go into that paper trading account. And the advantage of using the server-side sim is that the actual order messages are sent to the same data center that the exchange is located, as well as Zen-Fire. And instead of being routed to the exchange, they are routed to a simulation matching engine that was created to emulate the actual exchanges. So this is advantageous for you to test the speeds of these connections. You can see that when you place an order in the main window up here, you can get an estimate of the speeds that it's taking to get to the data center. And that is one great advantage. I know that especially for our European and international customers, that is especially important, being further away from the exchange than the US-based customers. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at how you might start in ScalpTool. This is the main window that you would get in ScalpTool. From this window, you can pretty much guide everything. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner, you'll get the classic book that will open a new classic book. If you want to take a look at the various exchanges here, you would type in the front month symbol. So CL, let's see, are we on X2 or V2? Let me just get let me take a look here. We're on X2. That trades on the NYMEX. So we're going to go ahead and connect the symbol. And we start to receive for this market. And you can bring up these books for any of the products that you're looking to trade. 6E, Z2, traded on the CME, and you can connect, and you can get the books this way. From you can to do different things. One, you can start to add graphs, and you'll see the two G buttons here. That's going to be a chart down or a chart to the right. So I'm going to use the chart down in this case, and the chart to the right in this case. So as you can see, the chart's populated as soon as I hit those buttons. You can also add a dome by hitting the D. The D is the vertical book, or the more I guess it's the newer way to look at it, the depth of market. And you can see that I opened this one for the Euro FX. It's up here, 6EZ2. This is where the market's trading, the best bids, the best offers up above, and you can tell that they're shaded a little bit differently above and below. The nice thing about ScalpTool is that it already has and populates the volume, the daily volume traded at every level that the market's traded. So if you scroll down, you can see the low for the day is right here at 1.2813. 11 contracts were traded there. And for every level where the market traded, you get the market depth. And you can see, the volume that was traded there throughout the trading day. This is great information because it provides you with relative ease the various market levels that were traded in high volume, which can help you make decisions on where the best pivot levels are, support and resistance levels. I'm going to go over some of these buttons here at the top because this is just the starting point. The dome in ScalpTool is very advanced, offering a lot of different market information, and this is just the starting point. So first, I'm actually going to go to a larger image so that you can see the pricing levels a little bit better. In the upper left-hand menu, you can select the number of levels that you want to see in the book. And I'm just going to select 35 here. So again, the L1, L2, and L3, that's the size of the fonts so that you can increase it. Again, I'm going to use the L3 because it should help you a little bit in seeing it through this webinar. Tns Time and Sales. If you click this button, it opens up to the right, and you can see the time and sales for this market. And there's not a lot of activity going on right now, now that the market is closed. But you can see as anytime the market trades, you're going to get information on what was bought and what was sold. In addition to just the standard time and sales quantity, you're also going to get to see how many different counterparties took place in filling that order size. So on the left-hand column, quantity, that's the number of contracts that were traded, and on the C column, that's how many counterparties there were to fill that size of order. Now, this becomes especially important when you're beginning to look at the larger size quantities and seeing really where the big players are coming in and the liquidity in the market. In this market, it's probably pretty rare to see a 1,000 lot order, but in the ES, it's not. Those happen fairly regularly, and you can see what the liquidity is by how many counterparties there were to that quantity, which will help you define how much resistance there is, when people are buying and selling. Some basics with this vertical book. You're going to use the two columns here, the price column to place buy orders, and then the depth of market column to do your sell orders. And you can see that this is the market depth at these current levels. This next column over is how many parties there are. So there are 17 orders here at 2904 for a total of 83 contracts. So that gives some added depth to understanding how many players are actually in the market and the sizes that they're trading. Again, you're going to use the price column to place your buy orders, and the sell column, or excuse me, the depth of market column to do your sell orders. You can define the quantities down below the market, and you can define a few different quantities here. So I'm going to type 1 here. The next cell over, I'll type 3, 5, and 10. And whatever cell you've highlighted is the quantity of the order that you're going to place. So I'll place a bid here, and you can see that the bid went in. I have a limit order working here for 3 contracts. Now again, ScalpTool was designed for speed, so there's an additional level here on the vertical book that I'd like to show you, and that is the fast order. So I'm going to open this bar, which is BFO, fast order bar. And if you're unfamiliar with what these buttons do, you can also go to the view window, and this is going to show you what's in view in this vertical book. So right now, I do have that fast order bar highlighted. You can see that that achieves the same as clicking this button. So I have fast order working, and what that means is that if I just click at a price, it's going to cancel this order and move it to a different price level that I define. So if I want to move it, it immediately moves, and that's the beauty of the fast order. If you take fast order off, you're able to place additional orders. So if you don't want to use the fast order, you can place several different orders in the book. Another key feature to the ScalpTool platform is viewing the priorities of your orders. So if you hit this PO button, which is View Priority Orders, it's going to add some additional columns to the book, and it's going to show you how many orders are in front of your order and how many are behind it, how many contracts. So right now at this level, there are 99 contracts ahead of me. There's 9 contracts behind me. And in this way, you can really get an understanding of how many contracts need to trade at that level before your order gets filled, and that's extremely critical for traders. As you can see, that these numbers are constantly going to be changing as people cancel orders, move orders, as the price changes, as market makers enter certain price levels and get out of certain price levels. But as you can see, this gives you a keen insight into how many contracts need to trade before your fill. Of course, with limit orders, if the market moves to 28.94 in this instance, our order, of course, would have to be filled in order for the market to move down to that level. I'll move this up so that maybe we can see. Here's our priority in the book, and if this trades here at 97 at that level, we'll see maybe a few contracts get reduced here in this priority column. So we'll keep an eye on that as that goes on. If you don't have the fast order selected, the way that you would move the contracts, again, in this column, you would click and drag to a new price level to move the order to one particular location. So we just got filled on that entry. Because we got filled on that entry, and just to show you, I want to show you how easy it is to cancel out of a trade, or excuse me, not a trade, but an order. Wherever you have an order, if you simply right-click of your mouse, so a left click to place the order, a right click will cancel. It's extremely fast. Bob, how come only 5 levels of bid and ask and not 10? Well, in this particular market, the exchange only provides 5. But I will open my ES dome and show you. Oh, that's the. Let me show you the ES vertical book. I'll go up to those 3 levels. And you can see that there's a depth of 10 there. I'll move these over so we can get both of these on here. And I'm going to remove time and sales from this one. So right now, this is the 6E, this is the ES, just so that you can keep watch. The other nice thing that you saw here when we entered into that trade at 98 is that this P&L column all of a sudden started to get active. So now we can see if we are to exit at 29.06, we'd exit with a $100 profit. Well, you know how to place limit orders. Let's show you how to place stop orders. So BCO is the conditional orders bar, and this is going to allow you to decide whether or not you're going to place stop orders for your local machine in which a certain condition has to be met in order for the order to be sent to the exchange. We would not recommend that. But if you do hit the CO server, which would be conditional order server side, if you place the stops, these will be sent to the exchange where they're working. So it works just like the opposite side of the dome, where you're placing limit orders. You can see that the colors are switched. That's to help indicate that this is for stop orders. And you simply left click to place an order and right click to cancel. And again, CO server, these orders are sent to the exchange. This is what we would recommend for our clients to use. There's another point, because depending on the strategy that you're playing, you might want to use a stop limit order or a stop market order. Stop market is what's by default. However, if you do want to place a stop limit order, you can hit this stop loss button down here, and this would be the limit offset. This would be a time offset or a millisecond offset, but this would be the tick offset for the stop order. And again, that would be a stop limit as opposed to a stop market. If you're using stop orders to exit out of trades, we would probably recommend more often than not a stop market. Typically, stop limits are used to play breakout strategies where you would want to specify that you'd want to get filled within a certain number of ticks from where your original order was placed. And if there was no volume in those ranges, then you would just accept that you didn't get filled, and the market continued in the direction. So again, that would be the difference between a stop market and a stop limit. Stop market, if the price is reached, it would basically get you out at the market or in at the market price. Stop limit, when the price is reached, it would place a limit order at wherever the offset is, and however many number of ticks you define that to be. So, okay. We have some of the basics here in the DOM. So we know how to place orders. We know how to place stop orders. We can see the profit and loss working. Let's take a look at some of the proprietary things that they've done within ScalpTool to help you get a better understanding of the buyers and sellers and the people that are coming into and out of the market. And then we'll also go ahead and look at some of the customization that can be done in ScalpTool. So we'll leave this up over here, and we're going to use the ES DOM. It's a market that many of you guys are familiar with, so just use something that the most people are familiar with. So as you can see, I have the time and sales working over here. Oh, one last thing. You can see that I have the buy and sell market buttons here in this DOM. And basically, if you go to the view menu, you can get those additional commands. So additional commands market is the option there, and you can get the buy and the sell market buttons added to the DOM. Okay, let's take a look at the time and sales for the ES. I'm going to open the classic book for this market as well, so you can see it working down here, and you can see my chart as well. Basically, ScalpTool has added a proprietary indicator that they call TMF, and what it stands for is time and sales Mani Forti, and that is and Marcello is going to laugh at the way that I pronounce that, but basically it's there to help you filter out all of this garbage, filter out the small players. The goal of this is to understand larger movements in the market, and larger movements tend to follow the larger players who define the trends of the market up or down. All of these one-lot orders are typically going to be from the traditional retail customers. One of the goals in ScalpTool is to help you identify who the larger players are coming in and out of the markets, and to help you identify trends in that way. The way that they trade is that they never want to be against the trend. You always want to follow the trend, and that's one of the key ingredients to building the platform the way that they did. So what they have here is TMF, and it allows you to filter out and show only the larger traders. And because of the time here, I'm going to filter it out by 25 lot orders. And on the bottom part of the time and sales window, I'm going to do time and sales all, and that's going to add an additional column here that filters out only orders that were traded greater than 25 contracts. And you can see if you set this number to a different quantity, let's do 300, it's going to filter out all orders that were not at that level. But because of the time of day that it is, this market just opened when the webinar started. I want to show you a few different levels here. Whenever a 25 lot order comes through, it's going to be populated here. And you can see that from the time that the market opened, there was this 150 lot, this one 155, next one was 505, 37 was the next, 48, 15. So in the case of the regular trading hours, you may want to filter out even more of the noise and set this to an even greater level, maybe 1,000 contracts or 1,200, really to give you the understanding of, okay, these are the large, typically institutional type traders that are buying or selling in the markets. And you can start to identify trends by taking a look at what those larger players are doing, whether they're buying or selling. You can see that there was a lot of buying activity starting at 347. So you can, however you define what that trend is, or when a trend starts, or how many contracts is needed to filter out, that's really on you as the trader to develop your strategy in that way. But it makes it really, ScalpTool makes it really easy to identify those things. And you can set two levels. So here I have 25, over here I have 900. Obviously there's not been a 900 lot traded. I'll set that to the 500 and it filtered out. So you can quickly change this information on the right hand side here. This helps you increase the quantity here without having to type it in. It'll go here in blocks of 100. So if you use the up and down arrow buttons, you can see it goes in blocks of 100. You can set this to whatever quantity that you'd like. So now it'll go up by 25. Right? So hopefully you can see how that's working. Okay. Do we have, I just want to pause and make sure we've gone through this now for about a half hour. Took a look at some of the more basic functionalities of ScalpTool. I just want to see if anybody has any questions on the actual functionality of ScalpTool, or how it was designed and how it was intended to help you as traders identify the larger traders. So please use that Q&A window as we go forward to get those questions in. One of the key things that can help you identify things is by watching the different markets and watching those large traders. So it makes it very easy for you to, I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these columns here that we don't need. I'm just going to look at TMF. So I've got the 6E and the ES up now basically, and I'm going to set some quantity limits here. So we're looking at both the 6E here in this one where we're still long, and the ES here And I've got it set to view both of them with 25 lot orders. So it helps cross markets to identify when major players are coming in and out of the markets. A lot of times they're not limiting their activity to one particular market. You might see that similar sizes are traded in opposites, say bonds versus the equity markets, the equity indices. You can see maybe 1,000 lots coming through on the ES and maybe 300 lots coming in on the Nasdaq, and recognize that some of the larger institutions are taking positions long in both of those equity indices, while at the same time shorting in large amounts the bonds. So it's intended to give you the ability to filter through that information on multiple different markets very efficiently. And one of the main ways that you can do this is through some of the sound alerts. And if you go to the classic book, and under the pound symbol, click on settings, you're going to see that you can alert yourself to TMF sounds. And when there is a trade that's taken greater than the quantity that you set in the TMF, it's going to alert you to a sound. Beep for a buy and boop for a sell. So you get this added alert system to help you indicate. It's really sensory whether there's a lot. You start to hear it in the different markets. Beep 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 beep. Starting to trend up. If it's relatively spread out, maybe it's not trending. Maybe it's just going up and down throughout the day. Boop, 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 boop. You can see that a lot of people are starting to sell with relative frequency, so the market may be starting to trend down. So this sound can be of great use to help you identify and give you another sense of direction, the major trends in the market. I'm starting to go through some of the questions, so I apologize for the delay. As I start to go through these, I'll address them here shortly. But I just wanted to cover some additional topics here in the dome and with the help of the chart. So you can see here that I've got the ES Classic, this vertical book in on the right-hand side. And you can see a few different things. You may have asked already, what are these different colors here next to the price column? Well, it's actually helping you identify some of the various charting indicators. And you can see that on the chart, you can see some of the various levels that are defined on the chart. And those are using classic pivot points, a classic formula for those. And those points are added directly to the chart. You can see that here is this this pivot here. If you scroll up, you're going to see that here is the one that's defined at 1449.5 about. So that one's up there. In addition, you can see the current candle. So I'm going to scroll in here so that you can see the current candle is in this blue shade here. So this identifies, and we just opened a new candle, which will help illustrate my point. There's only been one price in the current candle, and that is defined here by this blue shade. The high and the low of the previous candle are also identified on the chart and in the dome. And if you have a level that you've defined or want to define personally, you simply need to click on the chart and that level will be identified here in the dome. This helps you keep an eye on certain levels throughout the day. Key levels to identify, based on the classic formula. And it also helps you stay up to date with, with the relative shorter term trends on what the highs and lows of the previous bar are and where the current bar is as well. And this can be used in conjunction with this indicator down below, which is the buy and sell indicator. This indicator is showing you the number of buyers and sellers based on the candle, and then the down in the lower left-hand corner here, is showing the average over the last 5 periods or any specific number of periods that you define. You can see the number of cells here within this current time frame. And then the green bar and the red bar, that's the relative to one another. This is the number of cells, the number of buys. This number down here gives you the delta between how many actuals there are versus where the average is. So right now, there's about 250 more buys on top of the average. You can see as we spread the average over several different periods, now 10 periods, that we've increased the number of buys in that delta. Of course, if you set them equal to each other, there is no delta. So the average is going to be, just one. A 1-to-1 ratio with the actual number. So you can choose to show the volume levels there or not just by left clicking in the indicator cell. This is going to help. This is going to help identifying where the crossovers are. So looking at all the indicators together and the sound alerts, you can start to use this buy and sell indicator and look at the crossovers and helping you define your entries and exits. So this is a great feature to help you start to identify um, where you might choose to get in or out of the markets. So it looks like, and thank you, Marcello, for answering some of the questions that came in. Um, Mike, who came in earlier or later to the webinar, this is a standalone piece of software. It's a platform that's designed as a scalper, really intended for fast trading. Uh, you're able to do things with great speed and efficiency, and it was a point that I made earlier. The ScalpTool developers, and ScalpTool was created by Roberto Vernaleone, and one of the largest traders in Italy. He really based the platform off of some of the key things that he uses to trade the markets, both stocks, futures, and Italian bond markets. But it is they did an incredible job of writing the platform to take advantage of the speed that Zen-Fire offers. Zen-Fire was built really to provide, and Mirsu being the first to offer Zen-Fire, really to provide our clients with a really efficient way of understanding the market, and they accomplish this in several different ways. It's built on a newer technology. The network solution is co-located at the same data centers along with the exchanges. And it provides unfiltered tick data directly to the end user. And in this way, Zen-Fire really helps our customers understand where the market is trading at that very moment. And ScalpTool did an excellent job of writing to the API to really take advantage of the speed that Zen-Fire can provide. Each platform is a little bit different, and each platform has to write to the API in order to receive the market data. And some platforms do it better than others. ScalpTool is a great example of a software developer that really took advantage of what was being provided by Zen-Fire. I really want to cover just some of the settings because these are the basics in ScalpTool. It's really it's a really great tool for helping you filter out the noise, filter out the small players who really aren't defining which direction the market's going. Like I said, it's really intended to help you see who the large institutional type traders are and to help you identify the trends so that you can trade along with them. The larger players, regardless of where the market's at, are going to dictate the direction of the market. That's the whole idea behind ScalpTool, and it really does a good job of filtering out the noise and helping you understand where those larger traders are moving the markets to. But it can also be customized a little bit and tailor it towards your trading. So So let's go to the settings under the main window, and you can see the main thing that we're going to do is the book, and you can see the audio where you can do various audio alerts for for certain conditions, but mainly colors. This is where you're going to set, I customized my dome here to be blue and red. And, for those of you following along, the default is actually green and red. And, I just happen to prefer the blue and red. So you can go in here and define the colors that you want, and it's very easy to select a color. You can even define a custom color if you want, but check this out. I'm going to change the color here, the background color of this classic book, and you'll see that it changes here in a moment. And once you hit save, there you go. It's saved. So you can really go in here and make it look and feel the way that you want it to. I'm just going to exit out of that for now. In terms of the colors, you can save workspaces. I've saved one as a default, but if this is the particular way that you want to view the market, you can save it as a particular thing, and that's going to be the way that you're going to see the markets, or the way that each window comes up on your screen is through the desk under settings. You can change in the book. You can change. You can change the way the columns or you can change some of the settings of the colors for the chart as well. So this would be a tick chart. I'm going to give... Whoops. I'm going to give a brighter color here, one that's easier to see here. I didn't go over this, but you can also get an external chart. So view external chart. That came up down here, and you can make this bigger or smaller so that you're able to see it. One of the things that I didn't cover here is tick charts. You can add the various indicators here for this type of chart. The line type chart, as you can see, can be accessed through the chart that's available on the classic book, and you can see that you can have both a tick by tick chart here in the graph down below, and at the same time be viewing the candlestick chart here on the upper side, or vice versa, however you define to do that. One of the nice things about the tick chart is that it allows you to take a look at who is buying or selling at various levels. It might be very difficult to see because they're very small here, but you can see that there's some dots here periodically throughout the chart, and you can define the level where those dots appear. But basically what it's saying is that if a certain quantity level is traded at that price, place a dot here. So you know where those bigger players are coming in. Yeah, Craig says seeing this used in real-time trading would be very helpful. And just give me a moment here, Craig, and I'm going to show you where you can register for your own demo account so that you can see it in the live trading. It has been very difficult at the time that we're having this webinar to really see the full advantages that ScalpTool provides, because there just isn't a ton of trading activity going on right now. In fact, I think the market is closed. You accepts orders, but it's not trading right now. At any rate, it's so neat to see in the live market to really see the advantages that it provides. You can also get performance windows, portfolio windows, open orders windows, filled orders windows in the Scalp tool. You can see that I clicked these window options up above to get all of these, and you can manage those on the desk as well, so that if you save the desk, you can save these open as well, so that you can manage the various markets that you're in, with the filled orders, positions, and performance, as well as the open orders that you have. You can see, it's very easy to see information about the open orders that you have, as well as the conditional orders that you may have put in the market. So those options are available. It actually does do a really good job of helping you see your P&L, through those various windows. But you can also get a good understanding of where you're at. Theoretical just means open. If I were to get out, I would have a $25 gain on this trade, and then closed P&L would be net close, and net all would take both of those in a sum total. God, I want to get through some of the other settings, but time is of the essence here, and I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I give Marcello the opportunity to speak, and add so that he has the opportunity to say a few words and things that he wants to add about the Scalp tool. And while he's speaking, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Mirsu website and show you where you can register for the demo. Go ahead, Marcello.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Good afternoon over there, and thank you for being present at this presentation. So I just wanted to add a couple of other questions regarding the Scalp tool. I would like to follow up everyone, but it's coming a bit difficult. What I suggest you, everybody, is to try a fully working 30 days trial. You can subscribe by typing within the euSpeed.com website, and within your demo account or your live account, if you have a live account, you can trade the market and see the power of Scalp tool. You can also see some videos and some resources in English, and lots of webinars are coming in the next weeks or months. So the only way to understand why the Scalp tool has an advantage or provide you an edge on the market is to try out and to try to understand how can be useful, really useful, to identify big players on an electronic market, such as the ES or CL or the other electronic futures. If you have any additional question, you can ask question directly to the euSpeed.com website. And thank you very much again for being present. I would like to say thank you for Roberto and his team who they are present at this webinar. They will be glad to respond you to all of your questions. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bob, for your time, and hope to see you on the market with the Scalp tool.
Thank you very much, Marcello, for speaking there. I did want to show you guys where you can register for the demo account. On the Mirus Futures website, under Open Account, you can click directly to the ScalpTool registration page. And I do apologize for the echo if you guys can hear it. Marcello, could you maybe mute your microphone?
Oh yes, sorry about that.
Hopefully that's resolved the issue, and it looks like it has. So under the Open Account section, you'll see the Scalp tool under the Futures Demo account. You can register to receive a paper login. It's the same one that I use, where you can trade on the server-side demo account. Again, that server-side demo is going to give you a more accurate representation of live trading. Orders are sent to the same data center that the exchange is located, and instead of being routed to the exchange, they're routed to a simulated matching engine. So it should really give you an understanding of how long it takes for the orders to get to that same data center. That's extremely important. As ScalpTool was built for speed and efficiency, to get a good understanding of that as well. So just fill in this information and you can do that. Anyone can go to the euSpeed website and download the platform, register for a 30-day trial of the platform. You can connect with a live account. If you have an account here at Mirus, and I know that a few of you out there do, you can trade on the local sim as well with your live Mirus Futures username and password. But you can also take advantage of the server-side demo as well. A couple questions that and comments that came in. Someone's currently with Infinity, but they're really impressed with the Dome, and so thank you, Mike, for your comments. Steve, to address your question, is it all manual right now, or is there any way to automate the orders? You can set a conditional stop to be entered, but it only would work with the stops. One of the advantages and some of the features that we didn't get into today is the fast movement of the orders with the mouse click, because it is extremely fast to do manually, and we just didn't have too much time to go through it. But what I would recommend for any of you that want to start tinkering around with it, it does take a little bit of time to kind of get used to it and kind of look at all the little buttons and features that it has available to you. I do recommend that you sign up for the demo account. It's going to be extremely useful for you to take those full 30 days and start to look and see if this can help you in your trading. Can I see or trade stocks with Mirus? Mirus connects only to futures exchanges at this time. We connect to the major U.S. exchanges, CME, COMEX, NYMEX, NYBOT, ICE, as well as the Eurex and Frankfurt, the Life and the Matif exchanges as well. I want to thank Marcello for jumping in and answering some of the questions that came in throughout the webinar. That was really appreciated on my end. So feel free, take a look at the demo account. I'll be here to answer questions. On our website, under the support section, you can see the link to the Scalp Tools section of the support page with the user guide, as well as some training videos that we have available. We're only going to be building those out more and more. However, the euSpeed website and their YouTube page have an incredible amount of training videos that'll help you get familiar with some of the different features and things that you can use to help and assist your trading through ScalpTool. So with that, I want to say thank you for joining us. I really hope that you had some great experiences here today, and we really hope to see you in one of our future webinars coming up. If you would like to check the upcoming webinar section, under our Education tab, you can click to view the upcoming webinars. That's it for today. See you next time.